Hi everyone, I'm Danielle, and today's day 41 of my 100-day video blog challenge. I am just recovering from a really crazy head cold that knocked me on my butt yesterday. Yesterday was my birthday, and I had dinner with my kids, and then I did a little brief video to you all, but then I just crawled into bed and stayed there throughout all of the night and then all today, and now it's evening. I definitely had to honor the way that I was feeling. I felt like my head was a balloon that was blown up and ready to just burst with pressure here, and I haven't been sick in a really long time. I forgot how debilitating it is. It's really pretty awful. But the importance of staying hydrated and eating. I had a beautiful friend come by and bring me some delicious homemade soup, which is awesome. Feeling really grateful for that. My kids helped me get breakfast this morning because I just felt terrible. It's nice when you feel crummy. It's nice to feel cared for or looked after, or have people check in and say, hey, how you feeling? So thank you for all of you who did that. The overwhelming outreach of nice thoughts yesterday and sentiments and birthday wishes was just so beautiful. And of course that carries into today and will continue to carry me for some time. And I was just thinking about growing up, how I never felt like I fit in, and how I never felt right, almost like a black sheep, or that I was different from everybody. And, I would fake it or hide it, or people never understood what I was going through. But I guess conversely, I never understood what other people were going through too, right? I just know that I always felt uncomfortable, and that I've suffered with years and bouts of depression and anxiety and insecurity and body dysmorphia, and never feeling like I was good enough or right enough or pretty enough or athletic enough, or just all the enoughs. And I know that a lot of people relate to that. And I remember with the anxiety in particular, I remember being so insecure with myself that if friends of mine went out and I knew that they were out and that I wasn't included, I would internalize it and take it so personally, like I was being intentionally left out. Maybe I was, maybe I wasn't, maybe it was complete oversight. I don't know, but it was always like I would just be devastated. Or like if I were to call someone and see if they wanted to hang out once, and if they couldn't, I would take that as like an absolute rejection, devastating rejection, as if that was their answer every time, because they must not like me. Instead of it just being an isolated, like, hey, I'm not available, like normal human beings do. But I say that because normal human beings do think that way. And I know grown adults now, and I myself sometimes think that now, like, do they really like me? Do they really want me to hang out? Are they really my friends? Do they think that I'm a weirdo? Well, yes, I'm a weirdo. I think we've all established that now. But a big shift for me is embracing that and loving that and being authentic to me. And no matter what happens, there will be people that don't like me. I am not for everybody. And that is totally okay. And my message to you is, you are not for everybody. And that's okay. Because who you are for is your small group of your closest, nearest, and dearest. And they may also be just as weird like you, because you find your inner circle. And then there's different connections and different rings of relationships. Some are really close. Some are more distant in distance, but you can pick up in a moment. Some can surpass all amounts of time, and it doesn't matter. I love all of my connections, and people are continually amazed by the relationships that I have. I think that's one of my gifts in this life. Actually, I'm the connector, and that has to do with relationships that I've maintained and created and cultivated and nourished. Some have gone out, some have come back. I connect people, and I think that's one of my strengths and one of my gifts in this lifetime and in this world. So I love it, and I can't explain how or why, but it's definitely like one of my strengths. But I still see, like, there's people that I know that I really care about, and they suffer. And they say, oh, well, I called this one back, and, this one cut me off. And then they'll just shut down, and it'll set them into a tailspin for the rest of the day, or sometimes even longer. Or it'll, like, trigger an anxiety attack or a panic attack because they feel like it was an intentional slight. But oftentimes, everybody's just so caught up in their own life that often they don't even realize that they're doing it. Because everybody's dealing with some stress one way or another. And everybody's thinking about the next thing they have to do, and the next task they have to do, or the next place they have to go, or the next conversation or meal they have to make, whatever. But don't internalize, don't be so quick to internalize it so quickly and be like, oh, well, they must not like me. Because, people do notice what you do, and they do care for you. Sometimes life just, you get a little insensitive. It's not an intentional thing. If it is intentional, that's different. But give people the benefit of the doubt when you have the opportunity. And just say, you know what, maybe they were having a bad day. I mean, I remember I was at one of my lowest points ever, and I was in the process of divorcing. People didn't know. I was in the process of selling my home that I just renovated. People didn't know. I was negotiating the final terms of leaving my career as a separation agreement. People didn't know. And I was trying to also secure housing as a single mother. People didn't know. And I snapped at one of my best friends. And I just totally lost it. And I wasn't the nicest. And the response was cold and selfish. And it totally ended our friendship. And I just think sometimes people go through things that you don't know about. Just know that you're loved. And that everybody really does want what's best for you. And if they're not a good friend. But people do care for you. So don't be so quick to say like, oh, they don't like me, they don't like me. You'd be amazed. More people than most, the majority do wish you well. So give people the benefit of the doubt because maybe they're having a bad day. So yesterday, with the outpouring of love and support and well wishes and saying like, hey, I've been watching what you're doing. That was just so beautiful and so kind and so nice. So thank you. Thank you for seeing me. Thank you for watching what I do and for recognizing that. Because we're all just doing the best that we can. So I think you're doing great. I know I'm all emotional. I'm sick. Remember, I'm sick today. I'm going to eat some ice cream now because I didn't get any yesterday. And I'm going to crawl back into bed. But you never know what somebody's going through. So be kind. Give people the benefit of the doubt. And wish everybody the best for themselves for their greatest good, and hope that they're wishing you the best for your greatest good, because there's no shortage of that. And if somebody's doing great things in their life, tell them that, because it'll lift them up. And just because they're doing great things in their life doesn't mean that you can't do great things in your life. High tides lift all ships. So I don't even know if this message is making sense. I think I'm delirious and need to go back to bed. Thank you for listening to me. I love you all. Thank you for the well wishes. I would love to hear from you. If you want to give me a call one-on-one, we'll catch up. Have a beautiful, awesome day. And to those who celebrate, Happy New Year for Rosh Hashanah. Enjoy your celebrations. Bye.